everyone, welcome back. So what we're going to do is go over this worksheet. I know it's a little bit complicated to understand. So all this worksheet is asking you to do is ask a question based on the answer on the right side of the column and vice versa. So knowing our key vocabulary during the Constitutional Convention, you are going to ask a question on the left side, and then based on that, and then if we already know the question on the left side, you are to write the answer. So that's all that it's asking you to do. So let's kind of go through this real quick. So number one is, we all know the answer. The answer is the Constitutional Convention. So all it is doing, it is just asking you to write, all it's doing is just asking you to write a question based on the answer of the Constitutional Convention. So I would ask, this is what my question would be. It says, what is the name of the convention where the founders wrote the Constitution? So we learned about this. That's what the Constitutional Convention was. It was a process or a gathering of which most of the founding fathers wrote our United States Constitution. So that should have been in number 1 right here. All right, so number 2. The question is, under which plan was the number of representatives based on population? So there are 2 plans. Remember I told you there's the Virginia plan, which I told you was more like the big state plan, and then the New Jersey plan, which is more of like the small state plan. So based on population, more than likely the Virginia plan had those states had a much more larger population, so they will more likely want the Virginia plan. All right, so number 3, we know the answer is the New Jersey plan. So I would ask this question: which plan supported the small states of government? So their quest or their goal was to have 1 representative for each state. So that would be a question that you would have for number 3. All right, so number 4 is, we know the answer is compromise. So I would take my definition and turn that into a question. So we know a compromise is a solution where each side gives up some of its demands to reach an agreement. So I would turn that into a question. So I would say, what is a solution where each side gives up some of its demands to reach an agreement? So this is what your question would be to give a compromise. Sometimes we call this like being diplomatic, where you have this peaceable agreement between one party with another, or one nation with another. So you'll have this diplomatic approach where you're not using violence, you're using some type of meeting of the minds. So number 5 asks the question, what is the name of the compromise that saw the issue of representation in Congress? So remember those 2 plans, the Virginia plan, I'm going to switch colors, right? The Virginia plan right here, Virginia plan, and New Jersey plan right here. Well, those 2 plans, combining those 2 plans will get us the Great Connecticut Compromise. Great Connecticut Compromise. So you can say Great Connecticut Compromise, or you can just say the Great Compromise. I wouldn't mind if you did one of those 2 variations. Now for high school, it might be something a little bit different, but for me, just in middle school, I'm perfectly fine you stating Great Connecticut Compromise. That's actually more specific. All right, so number 6, we now know the answer, which is the 3/5 compromise. So I know that this all talks about what? Slavery. Okay? All right. So we know the definition. We know what this was talking about. This is not like a good compromise. This is infamous. So this infamous compromise, right, is which was an agreement stated that 3/5 of an enslaved person in any state would be counted. So in this case, they are saying African Americans are less than a human. No good, okay? That's not cool. So I would turn, once again, my definition into an agreement. Turn my definition into a question. So my question will be, which agreement stated that the 3/5 of an enslaved person in any state would be counted? All right. And then we all know, based on what we learned later on, that slavery would been abolished. All right. Through the 13th Amendment. All right. And then later on, thankfully, we will actually get into the Civil War, and which I'm really excited about. And you will learn that the Emancipation Proclamation passed by Abraham Lincoln also freed some slaves, but not all slaves. So I hope this video helped you to understand this worksheet. I will do the compare contrast Venn diagram as well, so I will upload that as for your review. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know. You have my email, and I'll be happy to assist you, and I will see you later. Bye.